Hello and welcome back to United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge. I'm just joking. Hello and welcome back to MUFC Realist TV. I am Mick Ruby. God, you probably missed me. I haven't done a live stream for a very long time. And today we're going to talk about everything regarding Manchester United's transfer news and updates as the January window is about 2 months away. Of course, we're going to talk about the latest rumors that comes out from no other than Angelo Stiller to Manchester United, the Stuttgart midfielder. There is no smoke without fire. More reports coming out, including Plettigol from Sky Sports Germany. We're going to talk about that one as well. We're going to talk about the latest story that came out today, which made me a little bit puke a bit. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Lewandowski to Manchester United in the summer. We're going to talk about that. We have to talk about that because we are Realist TV. And Xerxes move, January move. Xerxes is not getting any minutes, and it's reported that he might go for a January move as well. Positive news, Leach is back training hardcore first contact training on pitch in Carrington this week. Will he feature in the next upcoming game against Brighton? And in this story as well, we're going to round up. We're going to look at the overall Manchester United fixtures. We won 2 in a bounce. Can we make it 5 in a bounce? Is it realistic? Looking at the table right here, right now, 2 points away from top 4 and Liverpool, guys. This is Mick Ruby, MUFC Realist TV Live. Guys, do me a massive, massive favor. You know what to do. That's right. Before we send it, you should do one thing: like, subscribe, and I don't know how do you do this, but hype this video. That seems to be the trendy. Let's send this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go, people. Love United, hate the Glazers, and all this takeover news that's floating around Dubai UAE consortium. I'm going to talk about later on this video. But of course, as I love the transfer news, but we are a little bit premature, a little bit early, but we're still getting links. We're still getting a look at the midfield situation with Manchester United, knowing that we didn't go and buy a midfielder. The prime targets was Belieber, Wharton. There's looking at over 100 million. And we're also looking at Morten Hjulmand, which is a Rúben Amorim connection. But one that is keep popping up ever since the summer is no other than Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart, right? And this screams all over Christopher Vivell. This is a Christopher Vivell scouting. And why are we looking at Stiller? Well, we're going to talk about that one. But initially, Man United looked at him at the end of the window. There was reports coming out from Ben Jacobs. And now we see Florian Plettenberg coming out to say that Manchester United are really monitoring Angelo Stiller. So that makes me believe that there is legs in it, right? There is definitely legs. But before we continue, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the love and support. And please forgive me for having been live for almost over a month or so. Life takes its tolls, and I'm going to sort of disclose why I have not been live and why I have just doing upload videos. I owe it to you, to the community, to the fan, for the channels and everything else. You can super chat and ask questions how much you want. It's not mandatory. I'm not here to sort of make money. You can become a member. It's only €1. You know what to do, guys. It's so simple. But let's dive right into the stories, guys. Let's do it. And please welcome. Hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, this just comes in from Plettenberg, right? He's one of the credible tier 1 journalists, right? So yesterday I did a video regarding Stiller and also Manchester United potentially dipping in the loan market. So it comes in today just in from United exclusive. Manchester United are still monitoring Angelo Stiller, who is very open to the move next summer. next summer, right? Should Stuttgart buy him on a release clause? Should Stuttgart buy out his release clause? The current intent to demand more than 50 million. This comes according to Plettenberg, right? So where does it stem from, right? And why does it say this summer? Well, basically, he is one of the 4 midfield targets that Manchester United are looking to buy, because we basically need 2 midfielders. Casemiro will be probably leaving. We know we haven't replaced Eriksen. We know we went spend 2 number 10, so we are stuck in the sort of number 10 with Cunha and Buemo. We have Mason Mount. We have Bruno that can play there, but we are missing the ball-carrying midfielder. So Stiller is one of them. He's not Ben Stiller, the actor. You know, his name is Angelo Stiller. We're going to look at him more in details. So for me, as per my understanding, if an opportunity presents itself in January, because INEOS do have money, right? They do have money to spend, but they would not spend money on wrong signings. So Stiller is one of the 4 identified midfielders. And this is a Christopher Vivell scouting. So I trust in what they are doing. But for the price of 50 million euro, guys, that is something that I think that Manchester United could do. I mean, that's 40 million pounds approximately. And that is a cheap. Comparing to the price of Belieber, which Brighton wants about over 100 million for, Wharton will not come cheap either. So you can sort of count those 2 out of the January window. Morten Hjulman has connections with Rúben Amorim. Of course, Morten Hjulman would cost around 60 million pounds, approximately, give and take, but still a 40 million. So if you do spend on Stiller and Morten Hjulman, 2 midfielders, that is a roughly about 100 million, instead of splashing the cash on Belieber, which I believe that, you know, Brighton will charge about 100 million. Although Belieber hasn't had that great summer as of yet, you know. His season has been shocking. He's been substituted. He's mentally gone. His mind is at Manchester, but his feet is planted at Amex Stadium in Brighton. So I don't know, guys. I want to hear your thoughts and feelings. What do you think, right? Big up Alex Wong. How's it going? How's it going? What is our budget? Well, nobody really knows. We've been cutting down costs. Stock market has gone up. So I think that we will have a budget over 100 million to spend, right? People also keep forgetting that we will get money in for Marcus Rashford. We will also potentially get money in for Rasmus Højlund as well. And also, if we do sell, I mean, if absolutely we have a sell-on clause for, what's his name? What's his face? What's his face? Sorry, there was a report regarding Mason Greenwood as well, right? So we do have a fresh report coming in here right now regarding from Fabrizio Romano as we are speaking. Let's add this to the stage. Fabrizio Romano just tweeted just now, 31 minutes ago, just in, Angelo Stiller is really appreciated internally at Manchester United. The club have been tracking him and will continue to do so in the coming weeks and months. So now more and more people are coming in, and the credible Fabrizio Romano just tweeted this, that Manchester United are seriously tracking him. God, barabish, barabush. That seems to me that it is fire. It's not like a lot of smoke. And that comes down to, if the opportunity presents itself, like 40 million pounds or 50 million euros, right? That is something that I believe that Manchester United will jump on, especially the INEOS. They're looking for experienced player. They're looking for somebody that can carry the ball. That's something that we're missing, like, you know, the dynamo, the register in the midfield. Until then, Rúben Amorim has decided to play Bruno a little bit deeper, which is a little bit wasteful, right? We all know that Bruno's best position is playing, like, you know, a shadow striker or number 10. So Fabrizio Romano is also now coming in to claim this as well, to say just in, Angelo Stiller are really appreciated by the club. Wow. So here we go, as we are live. Fabrizio Romano saying Angelo Stiller is really appreciated internally at Manchester United. The club have been tracking him and will continue to do so in the coming weeks and months. So guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings regarding this. This seems like this could be a plausible January signing. The money is there. We do have money to spend for important midfielder. In fact, we will buy 2 midfielders. Could it be potentially that we, if the opportunity is there for Stiller, that we actually splashing 40 million on him this January window? Or we will go on the loan market has reported that Joe Bellingham, the brother of Jude Bellingham, is unsettled at Dortmund and potentially a loan move to Manchester United in January. However, he's a 19-year-old kid, right? He played in the Championship. He didn't play in the Premier League. He went to Dortmund to follow his brother's footsteps, and he didn't really get game time in minutes. So I know that Joe Bellingham has potential talents, but we need a ready-made player to come in January. Because if you look at the fixture right now, as you see, we are 2 points away from top 4. And that is the aim of INEOS, to get into Europa League or Champions League or Europe or whatsoever. Because guess what? That gives you muchos dineros, money, 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 money. And it's so important, right? So let me know in your thoughts and feelings what you would pick, right? I mean, Alex is saying, I feel like a lot of cost-cutting menus doing the outrageous. Yeah, but that's the thing, Alex. Like, they've done a lot of cost-cutting, right? We're still in profit if you look at the financial reports. We still are looking to credit roll certain things, like we have credit facilities. And we still had money to spend over 100 million on a midfielder, and that's what we went for Belieber, right? But we know what happened with Belieber, right? You know, Paul Barber at Brighton just said, nah, you know, not having it. And they're also saying not for sale now. Well, if Paul Barber at Brighton says 100 million, it will be 100 million. And that's what I think, that potentially we looked at Belieber summer, not up for it, or potentially we will go for Stiller for 40 million and we buy another Morten Hulman for 60 million. So that gives you 100 million spent, right? So you get one player now in January and you save the remaining cash for the summer, right? Plus you get potentially like sales from other players like Marcus Rashford, incoming cash. Definitely will sell Rasmus Højlund as well. So I believe that this could be a solution, guys. We should pick up loan Lewandowski. That's what you're thinking. We're going to talk about Lewandowski as well. What do you think about calling up JJ Gabriel? Well, I think it's amazing. Why not? Why not, Alex? Right? If you look at Lamine Yamal, like, 17-year-old already bossing at Barcelona. I mean, these kids that are growing up today, they're phenomenon, right? They're like something extraterrestrial, like they got superpowers. So why not? It seems to me that footballers coming up to play the first team are now younger and younger and breaking through. So why not? But the problem is that Man United are not letting in our academy players at the moment. We have so many talent coming through, right? If we look at the midfield, we have Seko Konen not getting a sniff. We have Jack Fletcher, a very tenacious midfielder, also could sort of feature in. But why are we not using it? Because if we look at the squad at the moment, we're not playing in Europe, right? We're only playing one game a week. And potentially after January, New Year's, we're entering the FA Cup. So right now, we see that Xerxes is not getting minutes. Kobe Mainoo is not getting minutes. So many players are not getting minutes. So it's a little bit tricky situation to rotate or have a fresh squad. And you don't really need to rotate when you're only playing one game a week. So anyway, sorry for that. That is the latest coming in from Stiller. So at the end of the day, I think that it could be plausible, right? As per repito, I think that, yeah, if the opportunity is there, as per Fabrizio Romano, they keep tracking the situation. 40 million is a steal for him. It's absolutely steal. So I'm going to go into more about Stiller. Like, I'm just going to go in to source my reports here, right? What this says. More reports. The multiple reports are saying this. Angelo Stiller to Manchester United. What do we know? Manchester United are reporting to monitoring Stuttgart's midfielder Angelo Stiller, according to Court Offside. The German club are said to have a set valuation about 50 million for Stiller. This is coming from the transfer news. What is it called? Transfer Tavalier. Yeah, the transfer tabman as well. Stiller is described as a very open and move next summer as well, according to some reports. Yardbarker report as well. Now, his playing style, according to the Stretty News, my good old friends, is saying his playing profile is a deep lying or distributing midfielder. Good technical qualities, strong passing numbers. One Piece called him world-class distributor. And that is something that we need. We need a ball carrier, right? Bruno is not a ball carrier. Casemiro, could he last another season? I think at the end of the season, he will be gone. His legs will be gone. But he's been doing well so far. He's turning back the clock to Real Madrid days. But this is not the future. So we all see what's missing in that midfield, right? I'd be arguably to say, well, you can really, if you want to sort of mix it up a bit, I would say that drop Cunha as number 8, because he's brilliant on carrying the ball and distributing the ball as well. So I think we are playing Cunha in the wrong position as a number 10. So he should be swap Bruno to his best position as a left-sided number 10, and also dropping down Cunha as a number 8, part of the midfield, because he can play that, really. And that, according to my opinion, changes the dynamics. So part of the verdict here, what we say, this one seems fairly plausible. I'm just checking ChatGPT now, what it says. I just put it in ChatGPT. This seems very plausible. The interest reported by multiple outlets, the fee is decent for Manchester United for a top prospect. That said, no official move have been confirmed as of yet. But as per Fabrizio Romano, keep your eyes on the price. Fabrizio is saying this. This is ChatGPT, as you can see. I just put it in there. Fabrizio Romano spoke that this is the one that Manchester United is going to monitor for the next coming weeks and months. So, guys, at the end of the day, Stiller, will you take him? Yes, no, leave your comments as well. Let me see what Alex is saying here. Yeah, Alex is saying here, we've seen this situation that Belieber in so many times before, 100%. Harry Kane, do you think Harry Kane will turn to the Premier League? I think so. I think that Harry Kane will return to the Premier League. His contract, I think his contract is running out next year. And I think he wants to finish on a high. I think he wants to win a title. I think he wants to come back to Premier League. But I think he will come back to Spurs at the end of the day. That's what I think. What's your opinion of Arteta winning the double? Which double? Arteta hasn't won nothing. My opinion regarding potentially, if Rúben Amorim wins 3 in a bounce against Brighton this Saturday, he will be nominated as the manager of the month. Who would have thought that? He's been slated. He's been slated by the media, calling for his sacking. Some fan channels also calling for him sacking. And I kept telling him, why are we calling for his head? It's too early in the season. He was given a piece of shit of squad that it wasn't his. 9 games into the Premier League last year. So now it's almost 1 year since he joined, and he's been backed in the summer window. And I see that we are now starting to cook. We're starting to find partnerships on the pitch. The defensive structures, ever since we added on Semi-Lemons, the defense look very, very confident. If you put a confident goalkeeper that commands the box and starts communicating, instantly your back 3 or back 4 becomes calm, right? So we see Matthias de Ligt is playing really, really well, right? He's blossoming right now. Even Harry Maguire, such a leader. And speaking about Harry Maguire, he's like, I put my hand up because I was one of them 2 seasons ago that wanted him out. Take the West Ham move. But kudos for Harry. He dug his head down. He didn't listen to the social media. He got booed out, and still he came back. But that is a prime example of mental monster. We're seeing that, Amad Diallo is finding his role as a right-sided wingback. Right? I just don't like to see Dalot playing on the left-sided wingback, because we bought Dorgo for that reason. He's an athlete. He's a defender. But Dorgo is missing a little bit of the attacking edge. But comparing to Dalot, what is Dalot? Dalot was brought in by Jose Mourinho as a defensive right back, not an attacking right back. So I don't think he's got the product, right? He's often caught ball watching, often caught high up on the pitch instead of being back and defending. But sometimes he has blips. Sometimes he has good moments when he can actually put in the cross We've seen it so many times before, but that is sometimes, right? We need consistency. And I don't think he has it. But for some reason, Rúben Amorim keeps picking him on the wrong side of the pitch. Like, he's actually right back, but he's playing instead of Patrick Dorgel. And why are we resting Lenny Yoro? I just don't get it. But it is what it is. We have to trust the manager because he got it right, spot on against Liverpool. And I'm still buzzing regarding that. There was something really, really special that a lot of people missed. The tactic was pretty much to flood that midfield, right? Where Cunha dropped deeper. He was actually playing a false number 9, but he dropped in and helped in the midfield, meaning that we were so narrow and compact in the midfield. We created a mid-block. So we went for the second balls. And then, deliberately we didn't win for the first balls. We went for the return, second balls. And then they were clueless. They did not win anything in that midfield regarding our second balls. And this is how we picked up space and created opportunities, right? So, guys, let me know regarding this as well. We have some other news regarding Xerxes as well, what I read just now as well, which is a little bit of shame. This is the problem when you have when you're not playing that many games, right? Xerxes, according to reports to Nottingham Forest, West Ham are preparing a January transfer loan deal for Xerxes. Let's bring this up to the stage here. According to the latest report, West Ham are preparing a January loan move for Joshua Xerxes. Despite United being reluctant to let him leave, Xerxes is unhappy about his lack of game time. Xerxes is not agitating for a move per se, but he's understood he's open to exploring the option in January. Guys, this is fair enough, right? Even Kobe Mainoo is not getting game time, right? And it's a World Cup year. And if you want to get into the Holland squad to play in the World Cup, of course you want to have minutes. It's a little bit shame. I like Xerxes, but we haven't seen much. Of course, he was injured, and now he's sitting on the bench together with Kobe Mainoo. It's a shame. Would you loan him out? Yeah, why not? We are stacked anyway, right? We haven't seen much of Xerxes this season, so just get him off the wage bill, right? And just potentially give it a loan to West Ham, right? West Ham is not our rivals anyway, and Xerxes needs game time, right? I got a question here. What do you think about Bayander? Well, mates, thank God we actually have lemons and goals, right? Thank God that Onana is not longer there. Bayander, for me, not good enough for Man United. I think he's good enough to be number 2. I think his coolness and composure in the 6-yard box is not really there. Every time there was a set piece of a corner, he was nervous and fumbled the ball. So no, thank you. I think that we got the right goalkeeper starting now in Sam Lemons. Cool and composed, shot stopper, commanding, and he's still young, right? He reminds me of a prime David De Gea, or Peter Schmeichel, right? There's a lot of development still there, but to come to Anfield and almost call it a clean sheet, man, that takes mentality and guts, right? What do you think then regarding Bayander? So listen, at the end of the day, another story that is music to my ears is regarding Licha, guys. Licha. Did we miss him? Breaking news. Breaking freaking news. Lisandro Martinez took part of the sizable amount of the first team training, grass training on Monday. That means he's back in training with the team on grass. He's ready. It's been over a year since he'd been out for the knee injury. The season consists of a squad members who did not feature heavily against Liverpool and a few academy players. So basically, Licha is back. Potentially, could we see Licha? Could we absolutely see Licha sitting on the bench against Brighton? I'd be more than happy to see, but I don't think, go slowly bet him in. Could Licha sort of kick out Luke Shaw from his position? Or could Licha be utilized as what we reported in the summer as a potential midfielder, number 6? He's such a versatile player. Probably not the fastest one to play in the midfield, but if you're playing as a number 6, he's got a great distribution, great passing ability, great shot, and he's tenacious. So I wouldn't mind to see Licha give him a try in the midfield, like as a number 6. But Luke Shaw, who thought Luke Shaw would stay fit, right? Luke Shaw has actually proven himself this season, right? So I don't mind Luke Shaw at all, like, playing in the left centre-back position as well. But at the end of the day, Licha coming back, that means more quality, more leaders, more tenacity, guys. So that is what I have for the latest news today. Now I'm going to talk about something else, something more interesting as well. I'm going to switch this up to the overall. What do you think about the season so far? Like, it's been a false dawn, right? Thomas Svegenes, big up all the way from Sweden. We need to be careful and wise when how much we are going to use Butcher. I don't want him to be injured again, 100%. He picked up so many injuries lately. He's been unlucky. He's turning 27. So we got to embed him very, very slowly. I agree what you're saying here. Mark in the house. Big up, Mark. It's been a long time coming, man. United will get Stiller for 36 to 40 million pounds. And that's what I'm saying, Mark. This is, if you back up the tape, what I say, this is a deal that has Christopher Vell all over it. Christopher Vell knows this player, right? And we know that we have money to buy 2 important midfielders in the summer. But if an opportunity presents itself in January, instead of splashing the cash on Baliba 100 million, right? You can get Stiller for 36.40, and then you can get Morten Hjulman in the summer for 60 million pounds, right? So there you spend 100 million on 2 midfielders, Mark, instead of splashing the cash on 1 midfielder or Baliba, that his head has not really been in this game this season. Let me know what you think, Mark, as well. Do you think that's plausible, right? Because Fabrizio Romano came out to say just now that Manchester United keep tracking him. So he definitely has links, man. Could it be a January transfer window that Manchester United will splash the cash on Stiller? I wouldn't mind. Stiller is a great, great, great midfielder, a great distributor of the ball, a great ball carrier, and tenacious. I like that. I want to see that. Anyway, so guys, I want to sort of transition over the other hand of the story about the remaining of the fixtures, right? As you can see, if we switch back to this scene, look at this table. We had a poor start of the season, but we are starting to catch up, right? These 2 in a bounce win was so important, again, especially away at Liverpool. We absolutely crushed them, right? So we are currently sitting 2 points away from Liverpool, right? On the 4th spot, which is good. 1 victory away and one of these teams drops, we are up in top 4. And when was the last time we were in top 4? But the question is, can we maintain this? Can we string in a couple of wins together? I believe so. Because coming home from Anfield, it's just not a victory. It's the biggest rival. Going to Anfield is the hardest place you can play football in. So I believe the players were buzzing coming back, and there was reports saying they went straight to Carrington, went into the ice bath, has a nice dinner, and the feeling is camaraderie now. We made it. We beat the champions. But I want to talk about the remaining of the fixtures, guys. I really, really, really want to do that. Let me add this to the stage. Let me put this to here, and let me add this here. Guys, if you look at the overall fixtures, like, right, we're playing sorry, Saturday, right? We're playing Brighton at home. And I think that this is the game we have to stay laser focused. Just because we won over Liverpool doesn't mean we take the foot off the gas, right? I mean, Brighton has always been a bogey team in a way, like, hard to beat team, like, no matter the manager. But I think we can beat them, right? With this confidence high, there'll be 3 in the bounce. Then we're going to Nottingham Forest away. Definitely winnable game, right? That is on the 1st of November. So that could be 1, 2, 3, 4 games, right? And that means that if we win against Brighton and some other team slips, we are back in the top 4. But for Thomas, what you're saying is too early for me if the season been good enough so far. Yeah, it is. It's a false start. The table is a false start, but it's been a little bit strange season as well in the table, how it's shaping right now. I don't think that Arsenal has been the best, right? They've been very pragmatic, not scoring many goals, except what they did unleashed yesterday. That was just like against a very defensive Simone. Like, I was in shock, right? Jokeris scored 2 as well. As long as we don't lose, you're happy. I agree with you, Thomas. But I want to sort of create this debate, right? If we look at the next 6 fixtures, Man United play at home against Brighton, then away against Nottingham Forest, then Spurs away. Spurs haven't been the greatest either, right? It's going to be a fight. So if we win those 2 games, like, imagine people, imagine Dragons. You beat Brighton, you beat Nottingham Forest. That is what? 4 in, oh, hang on, that's 4 in a bounce. And there'd be a different team with a different swagger and mentality going into Spurs. Spurs going to be a battle. Then we play Everton at home, right? Crystal Palace away is a tricky one. And West Ham at home. How many games do you think we can win out of all these 6? Let me know. Maybe I should just create a poll, right? Let me create a poll. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. There is 200 of you viewing at the moment. I know, I haven't been live, so a lot of you forgot about me, but please, I'm going to be back here tomorrow as well to do the press conference as well with Rúben Amorim. Let's close this poll. Thank you for voting. 95% of you have smashed the like button. Let's create a poll. Start a poll. Hang on. I want to have as many as a gauge. How out of these six games, how many do you think we can win? So there's only, like, let's start with 2. We start with 3, 4. Hang on. I'm just going to be a realistic 4 and add. I don't think we're going to win 6. I do 5. So no, actually, sorry, 5. Yep. Bombs away, squad. The absolutely poll is running. Get your votes in, guys. Get your votes in. How many do you think? 2, 3, 4, or 5? I certainly be realistic. I don't think we're going to win 6 in a row. That's going to be possible. But if we do, I definitely will shave my hair. Oops, did I say that? Clip that. Speaking about that United Strand guy, he's going to cut his hair if Man United win 5 in a row. And it's been 2 years, guys, anyway. So for me, I agree what Thomas is saying here. I agree what you're saying here, buddy. It's been a long time coming, man. It's too early for me as well. The season has been good enough so far. As long as we don't lose, you're happy. I'm sort of tuning into your Spotify hymn sheet as well, man. So out of all these 6, realistically speaking, if I look at it, I think that we can win Brighton at home. Definitely Nottingham Forest we can win, right? Spurs, yeah. I say 5. 5. West Ham we will win at home, 100%. So I think Brighton will win. Nottingham Forest will win. Spurs might be a draw. Definitely at home at Everton will win. Crystal Palace, tricky one. I think we will lose. But West Ham at home, it's a win. So potentially I would say 5 and potentially a draw, right? Or a loss. But that's my prediction anyway. That is definitely my prediction anyway. So big up all of you for tuning in. I am a little bit rusty, a little bit nervous. It's been like almost a month and a half since I've been live. And the reason per se is I'm going to be as truthful as I can, right? I did a lot of transfer news during the summer, kind of burned me up a little bit. But personally, I've been going out through some tough stuff as well. I'm going to open up and say why. So it's not easy, right? When you are going through personal things like a divorce, for instance, and, I was living in Thailand and I had to move. So I came to Bali, Indonesia to start a new page and started to sort out my life. And moving to Bali, Indonesia, it's absolutely vibe, good energy. I needed sort of to catch up my mental health as well after everything that's been going on. But at the same time, looking at the time difference, it's 7+ hours ahead of UK. So you can imagine I'm streaming right now. It's like 5:35 UK time, while in Bali, Indonesia time, it's 00:35. So you can imagine, plus you have to do your normal day job as well, right? Working. So the times is rough at the moment, but I'm trying to sort of come back to do more live streams. I realized the other day, I looked at the members. I used to have like 400 paying members, and I realized it's only dropped down to 30 members. So I feel guilty that I've been neglecting, but I'm going to put my hand up to say the reason why. I'm giving you a little bit snippets, but at the end of the day, also the start of the season, Man United only playing one game a week, hasn't been much news. And I'm more about quality than just jumping on every headline. But, however, I promise I will be back more for live streams, and I will try to pick this channel back where it belongs. Nick S is in the house to saying, Forest will be a tough one. New manager bounce with Sean Dyche. Hey, Sean Dyche, yes. Well, funny that you mentioned that, because they did get Sean Dyche. And Sean Dyche, to me, is the relegation specialist, right? So potentially they got Sean Dyche not to be relegated. Yeah, he will park the bus, Nick. He will definitely park the bus. Yeah, it'd be a tough one. But every game, I would treat it as a cup final, right? We take it game by game. Game by game. At the end of the day, I just open up my heart for you guys to let you know what's going on in my life. And it's difficult, but I'm picking myself up, you know? I'm finding myself again. So, yeah, you, Nick, saying Forest will be a tough game. I think we can beat them. I think they will beat them. I think they will play park the bus. But I say 5. I'm going to check the poll before we end the stream. So what you guys are saying, yeah. Let me see. The winner is, oh my God, we have a draw here. A lot of people would think that we can only win 2. That's 50%. It's actually a split. 2 and 3 games, 50-50. But nobody has really had the guts to vote for 4 or 5. I believe the PTSD and skepticism is still there. I do understand. But it's a tie. So if we're going to get one more vote, it looks like it's, yes, it's picking up. It's picking up. It's picking up. It's still a tie. Now it's tie, guys. Now it's a really tie. 5 games win is 33%. 2 games win, 33%. 3 games win, 33%. We have a tie. We needed one more vote for a winner. I said 5. So I do get it. I do get it. I don't want to jinx it, as footballing goals do exist. Should we just keep it running? Should we just keep it? No, we do have a no. God, I've never seen this in my whole entire streaming career. All these options right now is 25%. Unbelievable. 25%. First it was 50-50. No, it's switching. Okay. All right. So right now, currently, the leader is on 40%. That's 3 games. Fair enough. Still, if you win 3 games out of these 6, that's good enough, right? Oh, no. Jesus crikey, mate. Now it's 5 games and 3 games are 33%. Come on, guys. Give me one more vote. Either 3 or 5. 3 or 5. 3 or 5. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Going once, going twice. I will call it the quits. So a lot of you guys thinks either we're going to win 3 or 5. Good. I will end this poll right here, right now, because, yeah, I get it. If we can win 3, that's amazing. If we win 5, that is, wow. That is us going into Christmas, like certainly in top 4, right? But if we then go back into the table again, right, it's only 2 points away from from Liverpool and Bournemouth, right? And what are we? What are we? Are 13 points, 6 points. We are 6 points plus. Yeah, we can't catch Arsenal unless Arsenal kind of drop. But our aim is to get into top 4, and that's what matters. So we get into the Champions League, guys. Anyway, people, lovely people, thank you for tuning in, and thank you. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Give us as many likes as possible. And my apologies for not being live for a very long time. I promise I'll be back tomorrow. I think it's the Rúben Amorim presser. I will see if Mark is available to join me. And Mark, I'm looking forward to do more shows with Mark as well. and having more panelists as well. Thank you guys for watching. Glory, glory, Manchester United. Time to send it. It's been a pleasure. God bless you all.